Have you ever had trouble sticking to a nutrition or a fitness routine? Back when I was over 300 pounds, I always wondered how people would stick to their routine for years and years and years. Now that we've worked with over 7,000 people, we have figured out the 4 key characteristics that make people stick to their routine. And I'm going to share those with you today. Okay, so the first trait that I see in people who are successful at the gym is that they are positive and optimistic. This means that you're always looking at the bright side, and no matter how bad it goes, you know that you will get back on your routine, or no matter how hard the workout is, you know there's something that you will be able to do. Being optimistic, in my opinion, is an underrated trait. Because if you're optimistic, then no matter what happens to you, you know that you can overcome it. And when you're trying to do something like lose 100 pounds, you have to have optimism that you will eventually get to where you need to be. The other thing that happens when you're optimistic is you come into a gym and you don't compare yourself to others in a negative way. You look at somebody who's doing something that you're not able to do and you think, oh man, won't it be cool one day if I'm able to do that? If you're pessimistic, you might look at that person and go, oh, I'll never be able to do that. So being positive and optimistic is a huge leg up for the people we've seen be successful at the gym. Trait number 2, they are consistent. It should be no surprise that if you show up more often, you will get better results. But what we find over time is that it's not just consistency in a given week or a given month, it's consistency over the course of a year. You may not show up for a week or two, but over the course of the year, you are going to average a certain number of visits. And you'll notice with the people who are consistent is you'll see them slowly progress over time. They don't overly focus on whatever the outcome is, but they will slowly progress over time just by showing up and making it a practice. Number 3, curious. If you are not willing to learn and ask questions, you are going to struggle to stick to your routine, because what happens is you get into this routine and then it becomes routine. And if you don't do something that improves it over time, then you get bored with it and you stop doing it. So the way to improve over time is to always be asking questions, always be checking in with your coach, always looking for little things that you can do to improve. And you're only going to get there if you're curious. Otherwise, you're just showing up, moving around, and leaving. But if you're showing up, and yeah, maybe sometimes you move around, but sometimes you're saying, I wonder how I can get to the next level on lifting this weight, or the next level on getting to this pull-up, or I wonder if I change my diet in this way, will it impact my performance at the gym? People that are curious are constantly asking these questions in a given day, in a given week, in a given month, or a year. And you'll find that being curious is going to lead you to positive outcomes over time, because you're always changing and you're always learning, and the more you learn, the better you get. Number 4, and my favorite one, is brave. The people who show up and do things that make them uncomfortable, even though it scares them, those are the ones that really make progress. If you are positive, if you are consistent, and if you're curious, that's one thing, but sometimes you actually have to step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you're going to have to try something that you haven't done before, even if you're not sure that you're going to be able to do it. Sometimes you're going to see a workout written on the board and you're going to be scared because it's just too hard. But if you are able to step forward and actually do the thing, you often find that you're able to accomplish more than you think you're capable of. Lifting weights is literally the process of tearing your muscle fibers apart, and then eating and nutrition is the process of building them back up again. To become a faster runner, you have to push the limits of your legs and lungs and then recover so you can do it all over again. If you are not brave, you are not even going to lift enough weights to tear those fibers and build them back up, or run fast enough to actually see improvement. You have to be brave in order to make consistent progress at the gym. So these are the 4 traits that determine your ability to stick with a program and your success in that program. If you are able to cultivate these 4 things, then success is inevitable. Do us a favor, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one.